we're going to explore a really powerful parable today. It's a story about a gesture, a funeral, and a pretty profound transformation. And just so you know, this isn't about jokes. This is a story about what happens when truth stops being funny and becomes something else entirely, something monstrous.
So, let's start with the central question, the one that kicks this whole thing off. Why on earth would a jester laugh at a funeral? It's a jarring image, isn't it? Laughter in a place that's supposed to be all about sorrow. But you're about to see, this is no ordinary jester, and that is definitely no ordinary laugh.
Okay, so picture this. A funeral. A space built for people to grieve together. But into this sacred, quiet place steps a figure we're going to call the truth-telling monster. And when he laughs, it's not a punchline, it's a judgment. It's a verdict on the living and the empty rituals they perform. The big question is, how did a jester become this?
To really get who this monster is, we have to go back. We have to rewind to a moment right before all this, when the jester was walking down this strange dark corridor and came face to face with something that was about to change him forever.
Now, this isn't just any old mirror hanging on a wall. The way it's described, it's this ancient, almost mythic thing. It feels inevitable, like it's been waiting for him. It's a threshold he could only cross when he was finally ready not just to see everyone else, but to be truly seen himself.
And this is it. This is the moment of reckoning. See, for his entire career, the jester's job was holding up a mirror to the world, to the court, to show them all their flaws. But now, that very same mirror, made of every single truth he ever used as a weapon, is turned right back at him. This is the absolute point of no return.
And what he sees in that mirror, it isn't passive. It's alive. It actually speaks to him. It doesn't just show him his face. It reflects his entire soul, and it delivers one heck of an accusation.
At first, he does what he's always done. He tries to rationalize it, you know? He uses his sharp wit to explain away the uncomfortable truth staring him in the face. He calls it a trick of the light, just his imagination running wild. He's trying to stand outside of it, to name it, to control it, just like he always has.
But the reflection, it doesn't back down. It is absolutely relentless. It turns the jester's own game right back on him. It unmasks the unmasker. It calls him out for the one hypocrisy he never wanted to see, that his whole identity, his whole persona, was just another performance to hide his own emptiness.
And just like that, the illusion shatters. He sees everything he'd been running from, the real grief he felt before he learned to just laugh it off, his hunger to be accepted, the hollow feeling he tried to fill by pointing out the hollowness in others, and the most devastating realization of all, he was never the detached observer. That was a lie. He was never standing outside the mirror. He was trapped inside it with everybody else.
So this shattering, it leads to the climax of his transformation. But he isn't just breaking apart into a million pieces. No, it's something way more profound. It's what the story calls the dark refraction, a moment of complete and irreversible revelation. You know how light goes through a prism and splits into a rainbow? How that white light was never just white? It always contained all those colors? That's what's happening to the jester. His identity isn't being destroyed. It's being split open to reveal all the true hidden parts of himself. He's being unmade and remade, all at the same time.
This is the absolute core of what's happening to him. This isn't an act of violence. It's an act of absolute, terrifying clarity. Everything that was once hidden inside him, the pain, the judgment, the raw truth, it's all on the surface now, and there is no going back.
And this is the new power the reflection gives him. It offers him an end to what it calls the jester's mercy. You know, that old habit of showing people the truth but giving them the choice to look away? Not anymore. Now he's going to become an instrument of judgment. He won't just show the truth, he will be the truth, spoken out loud, a verdict.
So, what is this jester now? What's the source of this new, terrifying power he has? Well, he's no longer mocking people from a safe distance. He now speaks from inside the wound. This chart lays it out perfectly. Before, he was the fool. He was performing, using his pain as a weapon to avoid looking at himself, and he offered truth like it was a choice. But now he is the jester. He delivers truth as a verdict because he speaks from the very wound he once only mocked from the outside.
And this is why he is so powerful. This is why no one can just turn away from him. The mourners at the funeral, they can't just write him off as cruel or say he doesn't understand, because they recognize his voice.
It's the same voice of uncomfortable truth that whispers to them in their most private, dark moments when no one else is watching. He's their own inner darkness, given a face and a voice.
Which, of course, brings us right back to where we started, the funeral. Now, with everything we know, we can finally understand that laughter. This isn't just some random act of disrespect. This is what the story calls his first dance, the very first public act of the newly transformed Jester. So his laughter isn't really for the person who died. It's a verdict on the whole performance of grief itself. He's exposing this fragile, desperate lie we tell ourselves, that our human ceremonies, our funerals, our prayers, that they have any control over a universe that frankly doesn't even know we're here. The ritual is just a shield, and he's ripping it away.
His very presence forces everyone there to confront the specific things they are pretending not to feel. The widow, who feels a secret sense of relief. The heir, who's already doing the cold math in his head. The prayers that are just muscle memory, spoken without any real belief. And he names the ugliest, most terrifying truth of all, that the dead are not in a better place. They are simply gone.
And his bells, they used to ring at awkward moments for a laugh, but not anymore. Now they ring with the finality of a judge's gavel. Every single chime is a verdict being delivered, a door slamming shut on illusion. It's the sound of a truth that once it's spoken can never be taken back. The performance is officially over.
So what's the point of this horrible, monstrous act? Well, it isn't destruction, not really. It's about taking something we think we know, grief, and making us see it, truly see it, for the very first time, completely stripped of all its comforting lies. It's a harsh, unsettling kind of honesty. But the story leaves us with a question. Maybe a wound that's finally truly named is the only kind of wound that can ever actually begin to heal.